All right.
Here we go. What is going on, world? I am the Hungarian experiment, and real quick, I want to shoot this video here. I'm still in my jacket, scarf, and everything. I just finished off work there, but real quick, I wanted to shoot this video, and I want to discuss the effects of ketosis on the human body. So as I mentioned there, I just got off work. I'm still wearing all my stuff, and I want to discuss how I believe ketosis affects me and my body, as well as other people and other people's bodies, and the effects ketosis has on your mental output and your physical energy. So first I want to cover and discuss the whole situation here. So it is currently 10:11 at night. I just finished work. I started work around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And last night I stopped eating around 12:30 at night. So right now I'm about 21 and a half to 22 hours completely fasted. I haven't eaten anything at all today. All I had so far today is a whole crap load of water and about 3 black coffees. Besides that, I haven't intaken anything else into my body. No calories, no carbs, protein, fats, no BCAAs, none of this crap. Just plain old fasting. Now, while I was at work there, I could feel myself starting to get depleted. Now, some people here will say, oh, your body is not in a state of ketosis because it takes 4 to 5 days for your body to get into a state of ketosis. Now, I believe this is quite incorrect. The second you stop using carbohydrates as your first and primary fuel source, and your body starts breaking down fat to use as ketones for your brain to use as fuel, you are now in a state of ketosis. To get into a proper ketogenic diet, and this is a video I covered in the past, ketosis versus a ketogenic diet, that yeah, if you're on a ketogenic diet, it may take you several days for your body to get adapted to it and to stop using those little carbohydrates that you do intake into your body and to fully get over into this ketosis or this ketogenic state where your body is constantly using fat for fuel instead of carbohydrates. But right now, I believe my body's in a state of ketosis, and I want to explain how I feel while I'm under the influence of ketosis. I feel fine right now. As you can see here, I can articulate the thoughts that are in my head, but I feel a little hindered. I feel like there's this 10 to 15% that there's like a connection I'm missing here. And this is something I want to talk about at my serving shift here, is that while I was serving there, in the beginning I felt fine, I felt awesome. But as I started to go throughout my shift, and when I first got there, I was right around, I believe 7,000 steps, and now I'm about 19,000 steps. So it's more than likely that with the physical activity, just walking around, doing about 10,000 steps in that restaurant, that I completely drained and used up all the carbohydrates from my system. And now my body has switched over to this ketogenic state. Now, as I mentioned there, I can still articulate myself, I can still consider the thoughts that are going on in my head, but there's like, I'm missing a connection. It's not as fast, and I do not believe that this is optimal. Now, if you're not aware, here on my YouTube channel, I've been documenting my life for about 2.5 years now. I've done many long fasts. I've done many 32-hour fasts. I've done about 10 to 15 36-hour fasts. In 2015, I did 2 40-hour fasts, and last year I even did a 48-hour fast. So I'm not saying I'm a professional faster or intermittent faster, but I am quite aware of my body and how my body and my mental output, see, this is what I mean right now because I'm so fasted, I'm not on point with my words. I'm not on point with my thinking and how to link everything up. But I regularly do this. This is something I regularly participate in, but I usually structure my day differently. Usually I will stop eating earlier on in the day, so I'll finish eating by like 8 o'clock, and then I have a nice long 20 to 22 hour fast. So I am not affected while I'm at work. And this is what I mean, is that I believe life is situational. I believe intermittent fasting is very situational, and you can program and adjust and manipulate your life around your intermittent fasting eating schedule. Now today, I wanted to be very productive during the day, so I wanted to get a whole lot of work done. And to be honest, because I had the cheat day the day before, I wasn't all that hungry. I just didn't want to eat. I knew that while I was at work, I wasn't going to be as optimal, but it was something that I wanted to attempt and do again, because I've done this a lot in the past where I'm a server, if I haven't mentioned this yet. Again, because of this ketogenic state, I can't really follow my thoughts. I can't remember if I even mentioned to you guys that I am a server, but I am a server at a local Greek restaurant here in London, Ontario, and I've done this in the past when I was a server at Pizza Hut, and I was really experimenting with intermittent fasting to see, how am I affected while being fasted, while being in this ketogenic state? Personally, for myself, and this is all up for you guys, I suggest experimenting around with your own body first, seeing how it feels, seeing what it's like to be 22 hours fasted after taking about 19,000 steps in one day. And how do you feel? Do you feel optimal? Do you feel like you can articulate the thoughts that are going on in your head? Can you do physical activity? Test it out and see how it works for your own body. But personally, I go to the gym around this time. I do extensive work, I do editing, I script up videos in this state. But personally, I do not believe it's the most optimal thing when you need to use your brain and your body synergistically together, just like being a server at a restaurant. I'm constantly on my feet, I'm constantly being active and moving around and going here, going there, while I'm also remembering this person's order, what they wanted, that person's allergic to this, or that person needs this right now. And when you are fasted or you're in this ketogenic state, and this was definitely me tonight, I was not optimal. There were times where I go to grab the water jug because I needed to go fill up waters at table 14, and then I grab the water jug and I'm like, what am I doing with this? Oh yeah, going to get the waters. And so there's like this buffer zone where just my brain feels like it's not working as well. And this is why I wanted to make this video here, because I believe, although your brain can also process ketones as a fuel source, it's not as optimal. If you need to use your body in conjunction with your brain and to be doing stuff that is, you're right on top of your game, it's not the best thing. It's not the most optimal thing to do. So although I believe ketones, intermittent fasting, and on some of my videos there I discuss how your brain can only process carbohydrates, and a lot of people are going, no, your brain can also process ketones as well. But the thing is that it's not like you eat ketones and you get ketones and your body and your brain's now using this. The ketones only come after your body has broken down fat. So, is your brain really using ketones? Yes, it is. But is it the main fuel source? No. The main fuel source is carbohydrates. That is when your brain and your body, I believe, from testing this out on my own body and seeing how the effects of a ketogenic diet and the effects of ketosis and how it affects me and my body and my brain, is that it's just not the same. Saying that your brain can process ketones the same as it can process carbohydrates, I really don't believe it is the same. And again, don't get me wrong here. I am regularly in this ketogenic and a state of ketosis. And I love to get a bulk of my mental work done. I love reading while I'm fasted because I feel like mentally I'm just so much more in tune with what's going on. And same thing when I'm at the gym and I'm quite fasted, I'm not very depleted, but I'm fasted and I believe I'm in this ketogenic state, that the mind to muscle connection is absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. And I feel a lot better when I'm at the gym and I am in this ketogenic or in this state of ketosis. So this is just one thing I wanted to leave and make here for you guys. And another thing that I wanted to do is to show you how I can articulate myself, to show you how my thoughts and my ideas aren't coming out as clearly when I am fasted, when I am in this state of ketosis. And again, this is because I was physically active for the last 4 hours. I wasn't doing strenuous physical activity, but I was constantly on my feet. I was constantly moving around and walking around and talking to people and using my brain as well as my body at the same time. And personally, I just don't believe it is as optimal. Now, I believe you can definitely structure your life and manipulate your day around your intermittent fasting schedule to be the most optimal, to be the most efficient and strategic human being that you can be. But you have to consider that life is situational. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you guys for watching me discuss how I feel ketosis affects the human body and more or less me and my body. How I believe this affects myself as well as other people's mental and physical output out there in the world. So if you guys liked this video, you found it a little informative, and maybe you like what you saw here, make sure you go hit that like button, and of course, leave me a comment. I am the Hungarian Experiment.